Archangel Michael says, "The hour of revelation has struck louder than expected, and your name is caught in the whirlwind of truth. What they tried to delay is no longer in their control. Divine order is unfolding without permission. There's a storm moving through realms unseen, and what was buried is being ripped from the ground. Your silence was once mistaken for weakness, but the heavens knew better. The truth you sensed but couldn't name is now gathering energy, circling like a hawk above its prey. You're moments away from hearing something that changes the timeline of your destiny forever." They tried to trick time by delaying justice. But now, time is turning on them like a beast uncaged, devouring every secret and spitting it out into your lap. What once was whispered in dark corners will soon be shouted under open skies. The moment they feared is the moment you've been unknowingly waiting for. It's not just truth, it's timing. The weight of divine timing has arrived, and there's no more hiding behind fake smiles and rehearsed excuses. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They never thought you'd find out. They assumed you would move on without ever tracing the lines back to them. But what they forgot is that no darkness can silence what the heavens have marked to rise. Archangel Michael says, their plans are beginning to fold in on themselves. They stepped into rooms thinking they could rewrite your story, but the ink was never in their hands. You were chosen by realms beyond understanding, and now your script is being restored. There's a knocking sound in the spirit, it's the truth, asking to be let in. You may feel uneasy, but that is just the sound of chains snapping inside invisible rooms. The silence of delay is being replaced by the thunder of exposure. You weren't imagining the strange shifts in energy. You weren't wrong to be cautious with your heart. That tug you've been feeling was the universe urging you to brace for impact. Type Amen to get blessing 112. There's a person who held back something that belonged to you. But now, that delay is becoming their spiritual burden. The consequence they never thought would reach them is already breathing down their neck. Documents, messages, and voices once locked away are trembling at the edge of being seen. The clock isn't just ticking, it's roaring. Everything you didn't see before is about to leap forward in ways that even you didn't expect. You've been walking under the shadow of hidden truths. But no more. The hourglass flipped without warning, and now every grain of sand is spilling out the secrets they hoped you'd never hear. Comment if you feel the wind changing around you. Because something is being dislodged from its hiding place. Your name is attached to a story that's about to explode in public light. Type Amen to get blessing 404. What was kept from you is coming with momentum. It will not arrive quietly, it will shatter illusions. You'll feel it in your chest before you even see it with your eyes. There was a plan to replace you with someone else. That plan is now reversing. The one they chose over you is now the one being dragged by divine correction. You are being brought back into focus, like a photograph developing from shadows into full color. You don't even have to fight for it anymore, heaven is fighting for you. The curtain has been torn, and what's behind it is no longer safe from the light. Even the people who helped hide the truth are growing restless. Their energy is cracking. The truth is too heavy to carry any longer, and it's slipping through their words and behavior. Type Amen to get blessing 818. A conversation that was meant to exclude you will now circle back with your name at the center. That name of yours, once erased, is being rewritten in bold across timelines they never expected you to touch. It is above the time you knew, and now, it is unavoidable. There's a relative who swore loyalty to you while handing your truth to someone else. That person is feeling the pressure of divine reordering. The false peace they maintained is cracking like ice under fire. You were spiritually warned to hold your peace. And now you'll see why. Because the storm that's about to blow isn't coming for you, it's coming through you, and it's exposing every thread that was stitched in darkness. Archangel Michael says, your spiritual alertness wasn't paranoia, it was prophecy. Your soul knew something was being cooked behind your back. And now, the aroma of truth has escaped the pot and is flooding the entire house. Type Amen to get blessing 277. You are not just about to receive closure, you're about to receive clarity. The kind that sets fires to lies and burns through false agreements. What they promised each other in secrecy is being cancelled in light. There is a conversation that was recorded, a voice note that slipped, a signature that was misplaced. These things are lining up not as accidents, but as divine traps set to vindicate you. The unraveling will be swift and shocking. Your intuition was never loud, but it was accurate. You felt the shift, the betrayal, the shadow at your doorstep. And now the heavens are placing their hand on your shoulder, telling you, you were never crazy, just ahead of your time. Every room that once echoed with your name spoken in mockery is now falling into silence. Because the joke they built around you is crumbling. Their laughter is running dry because judgment is rewriting the story. Type Amen to get blessing 505. There's a woman who thought she could chant your name into weakness. But instead of weakening you, she awakened ancient protection around you. Her words returned like echoes into her own sleep. Midnights were filled with whispers that she thought no one could hear. But the heavens recorded every syllable. The power she tried to summon is now haunting her instead. Your name is not a toy for manipulation. It is a key of legacy. And the moment she misused it, she unlocked a wave of consequences that are now crashing back at her door. The tables have turned. The energy she stirred is no longer hers to control. You have been elevated into a space where her influence cannot reach. Type Amen to get blessing 921. A message is coming to your device that will reveal more than you expect. Screenshots, confessions, timestamps, they are all gathering into one thunderous truth. And this time, you won't have to guess who's involved. The person who played both sides is about to be caught between them. Their lies are now dragging them into a position where truth is the only escape. But it's too late, the exposure has already begun. Comment if you're feeling restless, because that's your spirit preparing to stand in the fire of truth without being burned. You're not just surviving this, you're leading it. The movement has begun, and you're at the center of its divine design. Everything they spoke against you is forming into a mirror they must now face. There is no running from it. The era of false peace is over. Type Amen to get blessing 639. There is a person who once stood beside you but was secretly waiting for your fall. Their time has come. Not only will their face be revealed, but their intentions will be laid bare in public. They mocked your patience. But your patience was your weapon. While they rushed to destroy you, you quietly rebuilt a life heaven could bless. Now, you're stepping into a moment where everything you've endured becomes currency. Pain will become power. Delay will become delivery. You will walk into rooms where your name was used to discredit you, and they will lower their heads when you pass. Because God is not just vindicating you, He's elevating you. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You were never forgotten. You were hidden for preservation. What felt like rejection was protection from battles you weren't meant to bleed in. Now, it's your time to rise with no residue of shame. The very people who tried to silence you will be forced to witness your elevation. And they will not be able to stop it. A secret meeting was held about you. But what was said in that room has already been leaked into the atmosphere. Spiritual laws are enforcing consequences now. You didn't need to fight them, heaven fought for you. And now, you will walk through the aftermath untouched, unshaken, and unashamed. Type Amen to get blessing 888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You're about to hear someone say your name in a way that changes everything. The tone will shift. The truth that was once weaponized against you is becoming your shield. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual interference that caused confusion around your life is being dismantled. The tangled cords are being snapped, and the energy once sent to delay you is now returning with force. Your soul is stepping forward, uncloaked and unshaken. There's someone who laughed at your silence. But they didn't understand the kind of fire you were being forged in. You were not being silent, you were being refined. Those who gossiped are now gasping. Because your life is shifting faster than they can comprehend. Every curse uttered has become your fuel. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You are rising from the ash of disappointment, glowing with clarity. The fog is lifting. Your feet are no longer on shaky ground, but on solid foundation crafted in divine precision. There is a man who spoke your name to block your opportunities. But his words have now turned into chains on his own life. What he sowed in shadows is now binding his steps. That delay you faced wasn't your fault. You were marked, targeted, and envied for something you didn't even know you carried. Now it's time you see why. Heaven has kept the scroll sealed for long enough. Now it's opening, and inside it is your name, glowing with divine restoration. You were chosen, even in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 414. The place you cried in will be the place you will dance in. Your tears watered a ground that is now producing supernatural harvest. They thought you were broken, but really, you were being planted. Messages will come in waves now. Some of them will ask for forgiveness, but don't be fooled. Not all apologies are pure, some are scared of being exposed. You'll feel the pull to respond with anger. But don't, respond with power. Your silence now is not weakness, it's proof of elevation. Someone you once loved is the reason for the confusion in your life. But the divine hand is revealing their face not to hurt you, but to free you. You are being disconnected from their chaos. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A legal paper is being reviewed with your name involved. What was once blocked is now becoming your right again. Watch how quickly things flip in your favor. A financial delay is about to break open. That delay wasn't random, it was spiritually held until this exact moment. Now that the interference is exposed, it will flow. There is a voice that tried to speak against you in places of authority. But that voice has been silenced. What they tried to build without truth is now collapsing. You will no longer have to explain yourself. The truth will speak louder than any excuse they gave. The truth will arrive without warning, and you will feel peace you forgot was possible. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They thought your name could be erased, but it was written in divine fire. Now it's shining even brighter than before. Every conversation that tried to remove you has now made you unforgettable. There's a piece of property, or inheritance, that was shifted away from your knowledge. That shift was never legal in the spirit. And now what's yours is being reclaimed. You may hear someone say, "I didn't mean to hurt you." But what they didn't say is that they benefited from your loss. Heaven heard what they didn't admit. Comment if you're ready to receive what they said you'd never see. Because it's on the way, and not even they can block it now. Their time to mislead has expired. Type Amen to get blessing 636. A location has been highlighted around your spirit. This location holds the energy of your breakthrough. You may feel the urge to travel or visit, it is not random. There is someone who wants to meet with you soon. They've held back because of fear. But heaven is pushing them to come forward and speak what they've known. You will feel the moment before it arrives. The air around you will change. The shift will make your skin alert, your soul focused. Nothing from your past can sabotage your next chapter. You've passed the test. The price you paid is now becoming your proof. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You are not just healing, you are activating divine vision. What you see now is clearer. What confused you before will no longer touch you. A man in spiritual garments has been praying for your clarity. He knows what was done against you. His prayers are opening a portal of revelation. You will be vindicated in a way that makes them silent. Not because you shouted louder, but because heaven roared louder. The defense you needed is no longer hidden. This next season will be led by spiritual timing, not human delay. Your steps are being realigned. Your voice is being restored. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. You are being remembered in places you didn't even know you were discussed. Your name is moving ahead of you into opportunities not born yet. This is no longer about revenge. This is about reward. You are standing in front of the mirror of prophecy now. The reflection you see is not just you, it is every version of you that was once rejected. And now, they all rise together. Someone close is about to admit the role they played in your setback. But don't fall into shock, feel the freedom instead. You've been waiting for this moment without even knowing. Everything that was above your understanding is now beneath your feet. The secrets are no longer secrets, they are fuel for your rise. Watch what unfolds next. Type Amen to get blessing 733. You've made it past the lies. Past the energy meant to distract you. Now comes the time of divine revealing. Their eyes will look away in guilt, not pride. Because the moment of return has come. Your name is being shouted by angels. Their midnight chants cannot block your morning light. Their hidden words cannot silence your rising sound. You are chosen beyond ritual, beyond betrayal, beyond man. The fire of divine truth is burning through every shadow. Nothing can hide from what's been ordered from the heavens. And you, child of light, are standing at the center of it all. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. Your time has arrived. The delay is broken. The replacement failed. And the truth is alive. This is not the ending. This is the revealing. Let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them witness. Your rise is no longer delayed. Glowing star type Amen to claim your divine truth and blessing 10,000. Glowing star. You were never behind. Heaven simply reserved your rise for a moment so perfect, no one could deny its divine power. The whispers that once filled the air about you are turning into gasps of disbelief. People will say they didn't see it coming, but the truth is, it was never meant for them to predict. What seemed like silence was the divine realm organizing your return. They blocked doors thinking you'd stay outside forever, but what they didn't know is, you are the door. Now those same people are trying to find their way back into your presence. Archangel Michael says, the battle you fought in the dark is now becoming your banner in the light. What once shamed you is now shining through you. The evidence of your survival is now the crown they must witness. There is nothing more powerful than a truth that was hidden, finally revealed at the right hour. You're not just being vindicated. You're being honored. Type Amen to get blessing 646. Someone you trusted was involved in a spiritual exchange. Your name was offered as a blockage so theirs could rise. But what they didn't realize is, heaven doesn't bless what's rooted in betrayal. The spirit realm has turned its back on them. They spoke your name into shadows. Now the shadows are speaking it back in their sleep. What they chanted in secret will become their public undoing. A supernatural reversal has already begun. Things that once worked in their favor are now malfunctioning. Their gain is melting into loss, and it will happen fast. You'll receive a strange invitation soon. It may feel off. That's your spirit alerting you. Not every opportunity is a reward, some are traps cloaked in flattery. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Comment if you've been feeling unexpected emotional waves lately, those waves are warnings. Your spirit is preparing to cut ties from energy that no longer belongs to your elevation. These waves are not meant to break you, they're meant to wake you. There's a door you tried to walk through in the past. It's shut without explanation. But now, that same door is swinging open with light bursting through it. The people who said you were difficult to love are now haunted by how lovable you truly are. They're realizing they were unworthy of your presence, not the other way around. Their lesson has begun, and yours is complete. You no longer need to beg for truth, it's hunting you down. The truth wants you free. And no more chains can hold what heaven has declared ready. Type Amen to get blessing 828. There is an object, a letter, a journal, a photo, that will soon fall into your hands unexpectedly. It holds a key to the part of the truth you never knew. Don't brush it off when it arrives, its timing is sacred. Someone is preparing to message you again. They won't know how to explain their silence, their absence, or their betrayal. That's because their apology isn't for reconciliation, it's for redemption. They lost access to you the moment they lied. But now the weight of that loss is crashing into their spirit like thunder. And they'll feel it every day they delay owning it. The chain that once bound your timeline is shattered. You're walking in realignment now. You don't need to look back anymore, what's ahead is too glorious to miss. Type Amen to get blessing 717. An authority figure is about to be removed. They misused their position and played games with your access. But heaven is stepping in to rewrite the hierarchy. The divine courtroom has opened. Accusations spoken behind closed doors are now becoming evidence against the accusers. Your name is being cleared with spiritual authority. Don't react in haste. Let the judgment unfold. What's happening now is not your fight, it's heaven's defense. Watch how fast the tables turn. Watch how fast the mouths shut. Watch how fast your story turns golden. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. There is a woman who underestimated your spirit. She misread your silence as defeat. But now, she's realizing that her games only sharpened your discernment. She was part of a circle that vowed to keep certain information from you. But her loyalty to that circle is breaking under the pressure of truth. She will leak the very words they tried to bury. You'll feel her energy shift, first with shame, then with regret. Let her carry that. That is her portion to bear, not yours to fix. The spiritual shift around you is accelerating. That strange peace you've been feeling? That's the sound of the storm passing by, without touching you. Type Amen to get blessing 474. There is a calendar date circled in spirit. That date is not random, it marks the hour of divine revelation. When it comes, pay attention to who contacts you, and what is revealed. You may hear sudden laughter from someone who never used to smile at your wins. That's a sign. Their energy is being flipped. The tears you cried months ago planted an invisible harvest. That harvest is now blooming, and the fragrance of your reward is filling the air. They will wonder how you survived. But survival was never the goal. You were born to rise, and that rising has officially begun. Type Amen to get blessing 282. You'll have the option to revisit an old environment. Don't go for nostalgia, go for closure. Your presence there will feel different, because you're not the same anymore. Your aura has changed. You're not heavy like you used to be. You're glowing with purpose, armed with truth. Someone who ghosted you will watch your rise from the sidelines. They thought your silence was loss. But now they'll see it was grace in disguise. This is your confirmation, you don't owe anyone an explanation for the favor on your life. You're not lucky, you're aligned. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Your voice is coming back stronger. Your clarity is no longer negotiable. They won't be able to distort your narrative anymore. A dream you had weeks ago is about to replay in real life. Pay attention. Dreams are divine previews, and now the full picture is ready. The room that once rejected you is requesting your presence again. But you no longer need their validation. You're walking in a room built just for you. Your next yes will rewrite your entire path. What was once detoured will now be divinely direct. Type Amen to get blessing 515. There's a sacred alignment forming between you and someone who always believed in you, even silently. That connection is about to become visible. Support is arriving. You're not walking into exposure alone. You're surrounded by power, by light, by angels that stood guard while you cried. Now they're celebrating as you rise. The people who once questioned your worth are now questioning themselves. You're not who you used to be. And they're no longer invited into who you're becoming. Let the old fall away without resistance. You don't need to hold it together, it was never meant to last. What's ahead is full of holy permanence. Type Amen to get blessing 3131.